now. Forever. Together. Tonight on Evolve.
I just wanted to let you know, Wendy, that I am no stranger to darkness. And I am not afraid to face you again. Actually, how about next week?
Light and dark clash together once more in the main event.
Wendy Choo accepting the challenge from Kylie Rae. Can she overcome the darkness?
And then
It'll be Keanu Carver, Harlem Lewis, taking on Swipe Right.
We'll see Keanu and Harlem in tag action together.
reinforcements get called to deal with deviant behavior.
The Vanity Project will take over Evolve!
WWE Evolve starts now.
I'm a G like Ali, I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body, I got sick quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like carry, where am I Batman carry, you know? Ain't nobody to get know what it's for, no, key to Kiki, I'm a bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Evolve on Tubi. It's another Wednesday night. Thrilled to be with you. From the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, I'm Peter Rosenberg. My guy Robert Stone is here. We have an incredible night of action. So excited for this match in particular when the Irresistible Force teams up with the Immovable Object. That's right, Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis together, taking on one of the most formidable tag teams in the Indies today, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, Swipe Right. But we also have Kylie Rae trying to overcome her fear against the bizarre Wendy Choo.
So I'm gonna be honest, this is a little hard for me to talk about. But I just want everyone to know what's really going on here. You see that teddy bear that Wendy Choo gave Zara Zacher last week? That's actually my son's teddy bear. Yeah, and it's been missing for weeks. And I have no idea how you got it. And maybe I'm a little sleep deprived when I say this, because, you know, he's been up crying every single night. But let me be very clear when I say this, Wendy Choo. This has gone way too far, and this ends tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, you of all people, Robert Stone, should be happy. That is the focused, angry Kylie Rae you've wanted to see.
You do know Wendy's enjoying all of this, right? These are straight up mind games, and they've worked. They're getting a Kylie. I mean, it's better for Kylie, but it's just, this is all a game.
Explain this to me, though. How does Wendy Choo get Kylie Rae's son's teddy bear?
Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Bryce Donovan, representing the Vanity Project, the real deal, Zeta Steel.
All right,
Half of the party's here! Half of the party is here, because the other half's getting ready for their big main event.
You are such a fanboy, but you're right.
Half of the party's here! Come on, Peter.
That's right, the Vanity Project Zone, Zeta Steel with Bryce Donovan. They remind me of when you see like a lovely young lady at the club, and then you look over and you go, who is the weird dude she's with? That's the energy Bryce Donovan gives you.
And her opponent, accompanied to the ring by Aria Bennett, from Fresno, California, Layla Diggs.
Now you want to talk about divergent styles and personalities. Layla Diggs does not give the same, I don't know, should I say, snotty energy of Zeta Steel? Is that fair to say?
And she's quiet, but her dreams are loud. Yeah, they're complete opposite. She's a shy star, and she's a shine waiting to be seen, Peter.
And just a positive energy, ready to take on Zeta Steel, who, I don't know, she complains, she tries to interfere in everything Vanity Project.
How are you going to talk like that about the first ever WWE ID signee announcement? All right? She was the first one that ever got signed. Don't forget that.
Listen, I'll say this. No matter how she may carry herself, Zeta Steele is crafty and very, very competent inside the squared circle.
She sure is, and she's looking to get her first win in Evolve tonight by beating Layla Diggs. And let me tell you, I will say, look, Layla, she's getting better every match, every rep, every performance. Ari is there cheering her on, but I don't know. Zeta, she's talked about throughout the country for her performances on the independents all around. I mean, this, I think, is her night.
Well, listen, whatever you may have done on the independents, you got to be able to get it done when the lights are on right here on Tubi every Wednesday night, where all these superstars show the world what they're made of. You see the athleticism early on from Layla.
Yeah, handspring right there with the shoulder in the corner. That was very beautiful, using her ups. Okay.
Now, can we go back for a moment to what we saw right before this match? Wendy Chu stole the teddy bear of Kylie Ray's son? What the hell is that?
I mean, what else is there to say? It's mind games. Wow, look at that slam.
Ooh. And a pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out there for Zeta Steele. What a bizarre circumstance. Listen, you have 8-year-old kids. Imagine how beside themselves they'd be if someone stole something from their room.
Yeah,
and by the way, how freaked out you would be.
Look, I'm agreeing with you. The whole thing is very odd, but it's all going to come to a head tonight. So we're going to just see the outcome of it.
Absolutely. More women's action later, and I'm very excited to see this version of Kylie Ray. She's not so smiley tonight. That'll be later, but right now it's Layla Diggs and Zeta Steele, as Zeta Steele putting boots to Layla. And of course, we have a huge tag match tonight. Swipe Right versus Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis. I'm going to say it right now. This is the most excited I have been for a match in Evolve so far, is seeing those behemoths take on those annoying Swipe Right kids. 1, 2, and a kick out by Layla Diggs.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate what the queen of IG, the queen of Instagram, Zeta Steele, the real deal Zeta Steele is doing right now? She is in control. And speaking of Instagram, I don't know if you know this or not, but she follows me. She likes a lot of my pics. If I looked right now at who she follows, I guarantee she doesn't follow you, Peter. Facts.
Zeta Steele now, but ends up slapping Layla right across the face.
She's feisty. She's got a loud mouth. Zero filter. Oh, Layla didn't like that, though.
And Layla Diggs showing a little bit of the anger you might not know that she had in there.
Yeah, but we talked about mind games earlier.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay, put the phone away, man. My God.
You're so pathetic.
How much did you pay for that follow?
Big kicks to the back. Both feet to stomp from Zeta Steele.
Zeta walks into every room like she already owns it.
2.
And she is very close. That was a very close pinfall right
Now,
there.
you mentioned this earlier, her being the first ever WWE ID signee, and that is a really big deal. But also, Robert, that comes with pressure. She is one of the most well-known young stars in this company. People have been following Zeta Steele, and she has to live up to the brand.
That's a great point, and she has been. By moves like this that she's doing right now in the ring, by submissions like this. She's constantly training. She's not always partying. She's constantly bettering herself. And I promise you this, she talks a lot, but she can back up her words.
It is a big night, maybe the biggest night so far for the Vanity Project. As Zeta's in action, plus Swipe Right. Bryce Donovan coming off a big win last week over Timothy Thatcher. Oof.
Beautiful kick, shades of Booker T. These two are so opposite, man. Zeta's like loud thunder, Layla's quiet like lightning, but both powerful in completely different ways.
Very well said. And now a pinfall and a 2 count. And a kick out for Zeta Steele. Layla Diggs from Fresno, California, long jumper, triple jumper, debuted in WWE back in August 2023. Really talented Layla Diggs.
She went for that a second time. It didn't work.
She found the elbow there, and now she's going up top. Zeta Steele avoiding Layla Diggs.
ZDT! She caught her with the ZDT.
1, 2, 3, huge win.
Here's your winner, Zeta Steele.
I gotta tell you, it's a huge win for Zeta Steele, and it's incredible momentum for Vanity Project as they go into the main event. Let's take a look, Rob.
There you see right there, Layla Diggs with the beautiful moonsault, but it wasn't enough. She did it a second time, but that ended up getting caught for Zeta's first win when she hit her with the ZDT.
ZDT, beautiful looking move, fantastic name as well, and a huge win for Real Deal Zeta Steel.
I just got the win tonight, and my boys swipe right. I'm gonna do the same in the main event.
Huge win for Zeta Steel, and I'll tell you what, who's going to be looking for a huge win later is Kylie Ray. Can she overcome her fears and the darkness of Wendy Choo?
On June 7th, Los Angeles hosts 2 epic events. WWE Worlds Collide, featuring AAA Lucha Libre.
All gas, no brakes. Here we go.
And WWE Money in the Bank.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Rise above the rest. WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank in Los Angeles, June 7th. Combo tickets on sale now.
Welcome back to WWE Evolve, where it's time for tag team action.
The following contest is a tag team match, and it's scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 525 pounds, the team of Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe.
That is right, Tyson DuPont, Tyreek Igwe, TNT, Robert Stone. These are the kind of guys who, quite frankly, probably would have taken your milk money as a kid.
You know what? That is very true, and I'm not going to cry about it, because ever since they've been hanging out with Wesley and they've been under his tutelage, I've been loving what he's doing with them. I mean, just check them out, Peter.
No, these are 2 grown men who are looking to stomp people out with those Timbs. TNT in action tonight on WWE Evolve. I'm ready for it.
And their opponents, introducing first, Aaron Rourke.
Aaron Rourke, very interesting to say the least. The dime piece. The dime piece, Aaron Rourke.
And his tag team partner, Freedom Ramsey.
WWE ID program in full effect, Peter. These guys are standouts wrestling all over the country every weekend, doing what they do, and this is finally a platform for them to showcase it here on Evolve, but they got a heavy task going up against Big TNT.
Well, this is why you tune into Evolve. You get to see such an array, and that's what we're getting right now with these guys. The dime piece. Wasn't that your nickname at one point?
Dime piece, yeah.
You be honest with me right now. You don't even know what a dime piece is, do you?
I do.
Yeah?
It's a good-looking thing.
Okay.
It's like a boo thing. That's me.
A boo thing.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting in 2025. All right, let's see what we get here from TNT against some fine WWE ID talent.
Aaron Rourke, flamboyant, opulent, confident. Let's see what he could do up against Tyreek.
Man.
Thrown to the mat, not so good of a start.
What do you do when you're in with guys who are this strong like TNT and you just cannot outmuscle them?
Well, you have to find ways to get around their muscle. You know, that is knowing wrestling holds. How can you get behind them? How can you grab a body part? You got to figure out a way.
Well, Aaron Rourke found his way to the mat right there. It's not just, by the way, the strength, the athleticism, the ring awareness from TNT as well. Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing.
But you know what? Hey, I mean, he's getting in his head. Mind games are a beautiful thing.
A little pow-pow. You don't get pow-pow every day in the ring.
And there goes Freedom Ramsey. Mayor Freedom, the top ram. He may be in over his head.
Top ram on his back. And here comes Tyson DuPont.
The thing I love about TNT is they gave the world their best. They got nothing in return, but now they take what they want. They got no apologies, no regrets, and I promise right now they're going to figure out what to do next.
Double drop kick. All right. Aaron Rourke and Freedom Ramsey finding a little camaraderie, a little gelling a bit.
Not a bad showcase for their first time here on Evolve.
I mean, listen, considering all I'd be doing is thinking about how to survive, I won't even ask how you would have fared against TNT. I think we know the answer, Robert Stone. It wouldn't have been pretty.
Why do you always have to get on me like that? I mean, really, it's 1 minute into the match.
Well, there's a reason that you're sitting here with me. Oh, double slap right to the chest.
That is not going to make Tyreek happy.
It only seemed to serve in making him angry. Big old forearm from Tyreek and a bunch more where that came from.
And now they're going to do what they do. They're going to dead the issue, okay? They're going to dead the issue. Look at the size of TNT, combined 530 pounds.
Aaron Rourke, oh my God. Shoulder breaker. That is not what you're looking for if you're Aaron Rourke, who desperately needs a tag, but he's not going to be able to get one right now. Sent right into the corner. Oh, wrong side of the ring, Robert Stone.
Yeah.
Wrong side of the ring.
And now Tyson is tagged in, also known as Brick. Oh! Self-explanatory. It's like getting hit with a brick. Dude could deadlift 725, squat 815. Just look at his size, and he's got agility. The man can jump.
I'm trying to think of right now, Robert Stone, what was the last time? Pinfall, 1, 2, and a quick kick out there. Aaron Rourke trying to steal one. When was the last time you remember a tag team that was this big and this athletic at the same time?
You know what, off the top of my head, I don't. And it's not a common thing in this industry, Peter, which is why Wesley wanted to take these guys under his wing, under his tree of knowledge, and turn them into this. What a great job.
Absolutely, and Aaron Rourke is stuck in the corner trying to make his way out and get a tag to Freedom Ramsey. Don't know if that's going to get it done. Hold on now, though.
There could be an opening here.
May have an opening. Not quite.
It's a very far-fetched to get that tag. That ring is bigger than you think.
An enziguri could be enough for him to get the tag to Freedom. And he does.
And he's a house of fire.
My God, Freedom Ramsey. Big knee to the chest right there.
Now I see why everybody's talking about this guy.
We've been talking about the athleticism of TNT and the strength, but how about that? Interesting display.
He's quirky. I kind of like it.
This is quite an array of offense from Freedom Ramsey.
Freedom Buster.
Wow.
Is he going for another? Oh, he got caught the second time.
That's the problem. Oh, my goodness, the power in that right hand.
A knockout blow.
Oh, I don't think you could survive that. And another one to Aaron Rourke. This could be...
Belly to back with the heart stopper.
My guess would be 1, 2, 3, TNT.
Here are your winners, Tyreek and Tyson!
As you can see, TNT getting it done against Aaron Rourke and Freedom Ramsey. Too much strength, too much ability, too much power from TNT. Very impressive stuff from TNT, and as you made mention of a few times, Robert, you see what Wesley sees when you see these guys in the ring.
And now I think the world sees.
They are a force to be reckoned with here in Evolve.
Uh-oh, Peter, the teddy bear snatcher is almost here.
That's right, it's time for Kylie Rae to step up. She needs a win, but she's fighting for so much more than that. She takes on Wendy Choo, and it's next.
This October, John Cena lands in Perth for a full-scale WWE takeover. It all starts with SmackDown, ends with Raw, and in the center of it all, Cena takes the spotlight for one of WWE's most massive nights in Perth. 3 nights, 1 epic weekend, all at RAC Arena. WWE TakeOver Perth this October. Scan the code, don't miss it.
And what will our WWE Evolve Prime Minister Stevie Turner have to say when she drops a major announcement on all of us? I cannot wait. But Robert, what do you think she's going to say?
I don't want to know.
Oh, and here we go. The first half of our double main event. It's Kylie Rae, it's Wendy Choo, and out of the gate, I just want to hear you own it. The one thing you have given Kylie Rae a hard time for from day one, Robert Stone, is that you think she's too smiley, too funny. Well, it looks like the games are over. She is in serious business mode tonight.
I love it. No fear, not so happy anymore, and maybe it's going to get her what she wants, and that's a win over this woman.
If you've been paying attention since the beginning of WWE Evolved, you know Wendy Choo has been haunting Kylie Rae. Weird messages, teddy bears, notes, and then eventually, somehow, Kylie Rae's son's teddy bear stolen by Wendy Choo, which has to be, I mean, I'm a new dad myself. I can't imagine the feeling Kylie Rae has now to know, you talk about personal. When someone involves your kids, Robert Stone, it's more than personal.
It is, and think about that first teddy bear that your kid had, that my twins had. We're gonna keep that forever. That's keepsake kind of stuff. That's memories that you have taken away from a family. And Wendy, she just likes it. It's fun for her.
And it says, of course, dirt nap, which she will be looking for later. It says it right there on, I don't know, what is that, an eye cover? What is that? What is she even wearing?
I guess when she rests her head, that's what she puts over her eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is your co-main event! Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, Kylie Rae! And her opponent, from the city that never sleeps, Wendy Choo!
Here we go, Robert Stone. One half of our double main event is underway, and you see the aggressive style from Kylie Rae right away, but it ends up not working out in the immediate, as immediately Wendy Choo is on top and going to work on Kylie Rae.
The crazy thing is about Wendy Choo, she is so fast. Do you see when the bell rang, the way her body moves? She is, it's, you know, like she is, it's scary how fast she is and how she uses that quickness to her advantage.
And she has mentally just had the edge on Kylie Rae now for the last, month and a half. She really has. And Kylie Rae, guys, has not earned her first win on Evolve yet. And when you look up and down at the Evolve roster, Kylie Rae was one of the names that jumped off the page. She's done it all. She's been a part of huge wrestling events, and yet she gets to Evolve, and she's not been able to grab a win.
And here's what the problem is with this. I'm happy that she's focused. I'm happy that the smile's away. But is she going to be so obsessed with getting up, right?
Just a one.
So obsessed with getting retribution against Wendy Choo that she almost forgets that she needs to beat her because she just wants to beat her, if that makes sense.
Well, that's always the question when it comes to these sorts of matchups. You want to have emotion, but where is the line? Interesting pin there, one. Where is the line, Robert, of too much emotion? Where now it goes from, you're focused and angry to you're seeing red and you're not being clear.
Well, once you involve children, once you involve your immediate family, what you live for, what you die for, all bets are off. She's not thinking about getting her hand raised right now. She's thinking about putting Wendy Choo in her place. And that could be a distraction, Peter.
More of the bizarre tactics of Wendy Choo, and Wendy Choo is just messing with her. I mean, that teddy bear is nothing to her. That's the advantage. It's everything to Kylie Rae. It means nothing to Wendy Choo. It's all part of her mind games. But so far, is a huge right hand from Kylie Rae. So far, it's worked for Wendy Choo, and she has been driving Kylie Rae absolutely crazy. This is the first half of our double main event tonight on WWE Evolve.
When you think of the forces of good versus the forces of evil, that's what this is. It's Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. Okay, it's Batman versus Joker, Superman versus Lex Luthor, Homer Simpson versus Mr. Burns. It's Robert Stone versus Peter Rosenberg.
Wait, you made me Mr. Burns in that version?
No. You're Peter Rosenberg. I was talking about The Simpsons. That was a different
got it. I just didn't know if it lined up. the way it lined up, you made me Mr.
You are Mr. Burns.
You're Mr. Burns. All right, Kylie Rae getting in some offense now on Wendy Choo, something she has not been able to do in their matchups previously. Of course, their first matchup ended with Kylie Rae ended up under that blanket.
Sky Day special!
She just wants to avoid the same ending as now she gets her eyes on her son's teddy bear.
And it's messing with her head. You can see it. Look, you see how her facial expression just changed?
You gotta stay focused. Oh!
And this is what I'm talking about.
My goodness, Kylie Rae in a heap of trouble at this moment. It's Kylie Rae, it's Wendy Choo. More next right here on WWE Evolve.
WWE touches down in Tampa with a massive lineup of 4 can't-miss shows. Tickets on sale now. Scan the code to get your tickets today.
We are back on Evolve. Peter Rosenberg, Robert Stone. It's a Wednesday night on Tubi, and you are seeing some of the best young talent the WWE has to offer. This is where pro wrestling evolves. Wendy Choo, Kylie Rae, two very different wrestlers in the ring. Wendy Choo with that big headbutt. Kylie Rae, of course, trying to avenge the stealing of her son's teddy bear. I almost feel weird saying it. It's such a bizarre thing for Wendy Choo to do. But here we are. On a more upbeat note, though, how about the Town Hall announcement from Stevie Turner next week? Now, you know Stevie quite well. I know you're very fond of her.
I'm hoping the announcement's that she's stepping down as GM. That's what I'm hoping for.
How likely do you think that is? The last time we had a major announcement, we found out that Stevie would be our new GM. What could it be?
We'll just have to wait and find out. But when she talks, I try not to listen. But let me ask you something. As they're going back and forth here, Wendy Choo, why is she the way she is? I mean, evil is the absence of love. Do you think she just maybe wants to be loved? I mean, is that what she's lacking? Like, why are you like this,
Are you
Wendy?
getting deep and philosophical right now?
Hey, this has been going on for a while.
What is this? Is this Philosophy 200 at Kane University?
Hey, it's a class. It's a class. I took golf there.
European uppercut from Kylie Rae. Where was Kane University, by the way?
Union, New Jersey. Big missile drop kick off the second rope.
Kylie Rae putting in work and getting some.
She's got her in the crossface.
Could she end it right here? Could she end Wendy Choo right here?
She's got it fully locked in. She has got it fully locked in, and those ropes are far away.
Oh, look at the eyes of Kylie Rae. Kylie is so focused, this has to feel good. She's able to see that teddy bear while locking in that crossface, but Wendy Choo is getting close to the ropes. No, right back to the middle of the ring.
She's still got her locked in these situations.
If she could get a tap out of Wendy Choo right now, this would go a long way for Kylie Rae. She's looking for her first win in Evolve.
Is good gonna prevail over evil?
1, 2. Oh, Wendy Choo turned it into a pin, but Kylie Rae escapes and lands the kick. Wendy Choo is in a bad way and very smart. Very smart. She rolls to the outside.
I am loving this aggressive side of Kylie Rae. She needs more of it to get a victory here.
Kylie Rae tossing Wendy Choo back into the ring. That's exactly what she needs to do. Kylie's going up top. Oh! Slap right to the face from Wendy Choo, who's going up to get Kylie. Oh, where are we going, Rob?
Wow! Big throw off the top.
Now Kylie Rae is in trouble.
Brainbuster, man! Oh my God!
That could be it. 1, 2. Kylie Rae.
That was nasty.
Kylie Rae almost lost again on Evolve, something she is desperately trying to avoid. It's not just about that teddy bear you're looking at. That is the teddy bear of Kylie Rae. Now, what could be going through Wendy Choo's mind right now? Why is she going to the bear?
Yeah. What is...
Now Kylie Rae. Oh, come on.
Wendy, come on.
Oh, come on. That's Kylie Rae's son's bear.
That is not cool.
That is not cool. Oh, no. Hold on. Kylie Rae has lost it. Kylie Rae has lost it. Massive punches from Kylie Rae.
Oh, my God.
This is a different side of Kylie Rae. I've never seen this. Wrestling is out the window. This is a beatdown.
She's lost it.
Boom! Massive right hand to the face of Wendy Choo. No, she's too focused on the bear. She's too focused on the bear.
The dirt nap's locked in, man.
No, Kylie.
Not like this.
She's locked in the dirt nap. This could be it.
Not like this.
She's going to sleep.
Here is your winner, Wendy Choo!
Kylie Rae showed glimpses of what made her one of the true darlings of the indie circuit. But in the end, she was distracted, overly emotional, too focused on the teddy bear, and she ends up taking a dirt nap.
You see here right now going back. Once she got that bear and ripped it apart, Kylie's face, you just see it. Everything changed in this match.
But that was the moment I thought Kylie Rae would turn it into a win. It seemed like she would. Look at the beatdown she put on Wendy Choo. I'm convinced, Robert, she could have gotten the pin for the win after that right hand.
But at that point, it wasn't about the pin. It was about respecting what her son had and doesn't have anymore. Dirt nap, say goodnight.
Instead, you get the worst case scenario. You lose the teddy bear, you lose the match, and Kylie Rae is yet to pick up a win in WWE Evolve. Man, Wendy Choo, another victory, and I'm telling you, when we talk about the women's division here on Evolve, we got to consider the name Wendy Choo. All she does is win, Rob.
What are we doing now?
What's she doing?
What? This is, come on. I mean, Peter, this is.
Did she just draw a frown on her face? Wow. Weird stuff. She's turned Kylie Rae's smile upside down.
That was a good one.
It was.
That was a
You
good
feel
one.
that, right?
Good.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
I hope you're not scared.
Here we go. Manawia.
The princess, the queen, the goddess has arrived.
Kelly Armstrong.
What's up, Chewy?
What up, homie? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you call it?
I called it.
4 women with a lot on the line that will set the tone for the women's division on Evolve.
I'm hearing a possible championship because of this.
Chewy, man, that's exciting. That's why we're here on Evolve. For championships, for bragging rights. I don't want nobody to be able to talk to me about nothing once I get that title. And best believe it's coming home with Kelly Armstrong. When I started to hear rumors about this Evolve title, I moved all my other trophies aside.
Okay.
That's the past. This is the present. And that championship that I'm about to win is the future.
This new chapter, this Evolve chapter, what does that look like for you and the WWE?
I think the name Evolve is perfect because that's what I see myself doing, evolving. And it's getting scary, to be honest, because the longer I'm here, the more matches I get, the more opportunities. Like, these girls in this locker room better look out.
And what would it mean to you to be the first Evolve Women's Champion?
Being the first is one thing.
Right.
But you're also the best. I want to hold that title so I can be the example, showing that it don't matter where you from, no matter where you grew up. I grew up in the streets of Inglewood, California, and now I'm here holding a Evolve Championship belt. It shows promise, it shows purpose, it gives motivation, and I'm here to show y'all that it's possible.
The kids and the people who are watching this might be from situations like how we came up in. What's your advice to them?
My advice to all the kids out there is to dream big, think crazy. Have somebody tell you that don't make no sense, good, and then go do it. Because anything is possible, and I'm living proof of that. And I'm here every single day to go hard. So they better hope somebody put out this fire, because I promise you, once this fire keep going, I'm burning this whole place down.
We're all proud of you.
Thank you.
Kelly Armstrong, Shuey Martinez, Evolve.
For my money right now, that is the cream of the women's division. Callie Armstrong is on top at this moment. Speaking of which, a man who's been on top ever since we got started here on WWE Evolve, Keanu Carver. Are you ready for this, Robert Stone?
Cut from a different cloth, not scared of a fight, and a man you don't wrestle, you survive. 6'2", 290. It's the second half of the main event, and Keanu is ready, but can him and his partner get along?
Nobody can touch him. He says he's the best in this company, and by the way, it's a reasonable claim, but his partner today, Harlem Lewis, may be the person with the next best claim to being the dominant man in WWE Evolve, and that's what makes this such a cool opportunity for these men.
Both guys untouchable, at least they seem to be anyway. They each got 4 consecutive wins. And look, they both like to fight. He's a brawler, a scrapper, a street fighter, an all-around tough guy. Harlem Lewis is here, and look at him. They're already jaw-jacking a little bit. How are they gonna work together against an experienced tag team like Swipe Right?
2 former football players. Keanu Carver played at Temple. He's from right near where I grew up. Tacoma Park, Maryland is where he's from. Incredibly gifted young men in this main event. But of course, unfortunately, there is another team involved.
There sure is, and guess what? The whole party's here. The whole party's here. The whole party's
Do
here.
it. Just yell it out. We know you want to. We know you want.
Main event. The party's here. Vanity Project, baby.
Oh, the big swipe right. These guys are just the worst. They are just the worst. Jackson Drake, who dressed him tonight?
What are you talking about? Just look at what's going on. He's got the collar going. I'm surprised it's not Pop, to be honest.
Oh my God, he looks like Night at the Roxbury. And what are these dance moves?
And Bryce Donovan, he looks the happiest he's ever been to me. Look at him.
That's what Bryce Donovan looks like when he's partying, right?
Exactly.
These guys are something special. Of course, Zeta Steele coming off her big win.
Oh, look who it is in VIP checking out Swipe Right in the Vanity Project. Hayes Jamison.
Speaking of people who like to party.
The following tag team match is scheduled for one fall, and it is your main event! Introducing first, from Washington, D.C., weighing 260 pounds, Keanu Carver! And his partner from Long Island, New York, weighing 245 pounds, Harlem Lewis! And their opponents, representing the Vanity Project, the team of Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, Swipe Right!
Can I be honest? I want to see these two get their ass kicked. That's why I'm here tonight.
Do you really think that's definitely going to happen, Peter? Because remember, they are the two guys that you want to kick their ass can't even get along.
Well, listen, Keanu Carver, as we get underway with Harlem Lewis and Brad Baylor, I get it. Harlem Lewis and Keanu Carver clearly not on the same page. Two guys who are competing to be at the top of the heap in WWE Evolve. Keanu Carver says, I'll start, thanks.
You see what's already starting to happen? They're tagging each other when they're not looking. Like the teamwork's already not there.
Here's my question. Ricky Smokes, does he want the smoke? I don't know if he does. I do not believe Ricky wants to smoke with Keanu Carver. Well, and I guess it won't matter.
And again, this team is not going to last.
Here comes Harlem Lewis.
Look how aggressive, beautiful Brad Baylor is. Triple B right now, taking it to Harlem.
Oof. What's the third B in the Triple B?
Beautiful Brad Baylor.
Oh, beautiful, huh?
Beautiful.
That's
I didn't give him the name.
That's how you feel,
It's
though.
his nickname.
All right, now we see a little bit of the camaraderie. Here comes Keanu Carver. And Brad Baylor is going to do his best to hold off the beast that is Keanu Carver. That shoulder block isn't normal, man.
But still, you got to remember in the end, tag team wrestling is a different animal. And I don't know if these two animals could figure it out, okay? They got to work together.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, they look like the cohesive tag team, tagging back and forth. A trait usually taken by Swipe Right, who I admit, as much as I don't like, absolutely operate brilliantly as a tag team.
They sure do.
And now Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis seem to still be playing this game. Oof. You probably don't want to mess around.
Come on. You gotta come front.
Look at those shots Keanu's giving.
Oh, well, was that a tag? That was more of a chop than a tag.
I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. Look at ring awareness want to make the tag while they're not paying attention.
And still both knocked down by Harlem Lewis and Keanu Carver. Brad Baylor tossed to the outside. Here comes Keanu Carver. You might want to back up Jackson Drake. Look at this.
Ooh. It's like a contest to see who can throw human bodies further.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to win you matches.
Yeah, it's like they're having a gym competition in front of the world right here on Evolve. In our main event, Harlem Lewis and Keanu Carver, the two biggest heavyweights in Evolve, teaming up tonight against Swipe Right as Brad Baylor's taking over the top rope. Big boot.
I see that. I told you it wouldn't last. And now is where the tag team is going to dissect. This is where they're going to capitalize.
Oof. And Ricky Smoke's going to go for a pin early on Harlem Lewis? One. That's not enough. I'll tell you what, though. Brad Baylor didn't run into people like Harlem Lewis at his country club.
Yeah, well, don't count out what Ricky Smokes is doing right now. Not Brad Baylor or Ricky, but you see those punches he's just laying into Harlem?
Punches in bunches. It's a smart plan. More punches now from Brad Baylor. Robert, I agree with this strategy, though. No need to be pretty with guys who are practically twice your size.
Yeah,
get on top of him and get after it.
Whatever works, whatever works. Look, Hayes Jamison thinks it works. I mean, she lost her match a few weeks ago because she was so distracted by Swipe Right.
Is this plan backfiring on Stevie? If she wanted to punish Vanity Project, so far, Vanity Project looking pretty good.
It's not looking good right now for the two guys that she put together to be the dream team of Evolve.
If they can win this match, Swipe Right and Vanity Project will have had their best night ever in Evolve.
Okay, all right.
Harlem Lewis suplexing Swipe Right by himself.
That was wild, okay? Not taking away the power. Look, I like Harlem and Keanu. It's the teamwork that I don't think is going to work.
Every time I look at Bryce Donovan, I see his bizarro inner monologue.
He's very happy right now, I'm telling
That's
you.
Double clothesline there from Keanu Carver. That's happy to you, what Bryce Donovan looks like on the outside? Big backbreaker.
Man, Harlem and Keanu, this duo is so fierce that Luck is afraid to cross them. Ooh!
Oh man, Brad Baylor's in a bad way. Watch out, this could be lights out for Triple B.
This is another human being that he's throwing around. This is crazy.
Oh no, Ricky Smokes, what are you doing? Why are you grabbing Keanu Carver that way? You're not gonna like how this ends. I guarantee you're not gonna like how this ends.
Oh!
And now Keanu Carver is taking care of business by himself.
But why is he not going for the pin? What is he doing? Well, hey, I won. I'm stronger than you, Harlem. That's not the way to go.
Keanu Carver, watch out.
Double pounce!
My God, that's the most powerful man in Evolve. Oh, wait. Harlem Lewis is here, too. And he's tagged himself in.
Well, they better hurry up and figure out where they're going with this.
Can they align here to finish off Swipe Right? Let's see. Smokes is up. Baylor's up. Down.
Slaying in a power slam.
1, 2, 3.
Here are your winners, the team of Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis.
Two men who just won a match together are now staring each other directly in the eyes. It's as if the men that they just competed against meant nothing. It was about these two. Harlem Lewis and Keanu Carver. The two guys competing to be at the top. Take us through what happened, Robert Stone.
Well, you see right here, Swipe Right just getting thrown around like rag dolls. And then to end the match, it was the boom sling followed with a power slam for the double 1-2-3.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And by the way, I guaranteed victory, Robert Stone, against Swipe Right, who finally get their comeuppance. And unfortunately for the Vanity Project, they get the big win early with Zeta Steel, but lose in the main event. And now, hold on, Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis might come to blows. From tag team winners to fighting off the air.
Now that was impressive. I can't wait for the town hall next week.
Yes, it was, PM. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, but we've got next, right?
Oh, you guys want Swipe Right?
Oh, no. We would like a fight. Yeah, Stevie, give us Keanu and Harlem. That's who we'll fight.